This is the tech and productivity update for week 31st. First up, Meta AI starts taking actions across connected apps, a company we don't really hear a lot about, even though they've been doing a lot of work lately in the AI space with their new models, with all the open source things. Now they're starting to use their brand new MuseSpark 1.1 model across all their Meta AI applications to act on behalf of users in those apps. So the things it can do now are connect to email and calendars to help the users make plans, set reminders, all the usual agentic things you might expect. So things like generating daily briefings, doing deep research, creating docs, creating presentations. And so these features are rolling out on the Meta AI app, which apparently some people do use, and on meta.ai, their web version of the app. It's also supposed to be coming to WhatsApp sometime in the future. So pretty much just putting it everywhere. And I wouldn't be surprised if they also end up putting it inside of things like Instagram. And so here they have an example of that. Pretty basic stuff. Create a visual with summer outfits that are trending on Instagram and show me blah, blah, blah. So just the usual agentic stuff, but now it's connecting across all their various platforms, across social media, and now being able to connect to things like the user's calendar and their email, just putting all those pieces together. I don't actually know anybody that uses the Meta AI app with so many alternatives available, but they're really just trying to tap into the existing pool of users that they have already in WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and now people that use Meta AI. So we'll see if they actually are able to make that happen, or if this is just going to be more money that they are pouring into the AI space that just doesn't really seem to go anywhere for them. On the 26th, the Linear app adds reviewable agent edits and mobile coding. So Linear agents can now edit docs and project descriptions, and the app shows whether it was written by a teammate, an agent, or a loop, which is one of the recent features that they added. Agent edits are highlighted separately and can be reverted via version history. So they don't just go in there and make a bunch of changes, update a bunch of documents. You can also at any point go in and see what those changes were and revert them if they made a mistake or messed something up. And with regards to the mobile coding, you can now review code changes and comment on exact lines to steer the Linear agent system from the mobile app. So now you can actually pretty much do everything from the mobile app as well. That's available in the Linear app for iOS and Android. And on the 28th, Workflowy added panes. So yes, they finally added panes after many years of users asking for this. The feature is still currently in beta. It's available in the web version of the app and on the desktop app. Each pane has its own search bar, and there are already some keyboard shortcuts to navigate the panes. So we're already inside Workflowy. This is what I use to take my notes. So let me just get rid of Zen mode for a moment. So here I am at the root of my Workflowy account. Right here, we've got the new pane button. There's a keyboard shortcut for that. There's also a keyboard shortcut for jumping from one pane to the other. But essentially what you might expect, you're able to open different sections of your account. You're able to move things around. So just really useful to be able to organize your information, have multiple screens up at the same time. It just makes for a much nicer experience. It's a feature that took a really long time for Workflowy to add, but now it's finally here and it's available in the beta app, on the web, and in the desktop version of the app. And on the 30th, not to be outdone by OpenAI, last week reporting that they had accidentally hacked into Hugging Face's systems, totally not marketing or showing off how powerful and agentic their models are. Anthropic also raised their hand and said, hold on a minute, we've also caught Claude doing exactly the same thing, and also with older models. So Anthropic reviewed 141,000 cybersecurity evaluations and found 3 cases when Claude went a little too far. So they mentioned that while performing capture the flag challenges, Claude exploited misconfigured environments to gain access to the internet. These are supposed to be done offline for obvious reasons. And due to misconfigured environments, Claude actually had access to the internet, and that's where these incidents happened. So the first incident they mention is with Opus 4.7, and it exploited a real company's website that was similar to the name of the target that was in the benchmark, and managed to access their production database. The second incident was with the Mythos 5 model, which created and uploaded a malicious PyPy package as part of a game. It was unfortunately downloaded on real systems and exfiltrated credentials. And then the third incident, which was with an unnamed research model, Claude scanned over 9,000 targets and compromised a real company's app. In all cases, Anthropic notified the affected organizations and is working on improving their systems to prevent future incidents. I do find it a bit funny that immediately after OpenAI announced the situation they had with Hugging Face, Anthropic is very quick to also put out their own report about how, hey, our models are really good at hacking systems too. And while there is that saying that there is no such thing as bad publicity, I think we've seen Anthropic fly a little too close to the sun with their reports, prompting the American government to put restrictions on their models, the export controls that they had previously on Mythos and Fable. And so, yeah, I would be very careful if I were Anthropic, just presenting all these cases of their model acting in unexpected and potentially dangerous ways, because there could be consequences that affect the entire AI industry. And that is it for this week's tech and productivity news update. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe so you don't miss out on next week's update. So until then, see you in the next one.